Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura if you're new to my channel, and I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So we do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play those karmic themes, help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing. Why they trigger you. Again, all soul relationships are designed to do that because it's one way that God grows our soul. See, we're learning that we're not separate from unconditional love, which is the same energy as God, which is the same energy as the universe. So, when we feel that we are separate from God's divine power, and that means that we feel we can't create our own heaven on earth, when we feel that we can't have, and that plays out within karmic themes, and the karmic theme could be shame, it could be victimization, it could be betrayal. What is the point? It's again to integrate the spiritual lesson so that you could embody a whole new consciousness, so you could see yourself differently. When you do that, you actually clear the energetic template, and the energetic template is just the emotion. When we go through traumatic experiences, we associate them with an emotion. And so when we hold on to that heavy emotion, not because we want to, but because until we heal the trauma, and that's by integrating the spiritual lesson and transmuting the negative energy, we're going to continue to attract the same types of people and situations and experiences into our life. So we don't just want to do these readings to see what this person's going to do or what they did do. We want to definitely know how to avoid negative karmic consequences. We want to know why certain things happen. And the reason why is because otherwise we get stuck ruminating and ruminating on a person that came into our life we perceive betrayed us, hurt us. We don't really understand why they did what they did. And then we're sitting here still holding on to that energy. So, again, not until you integrate that spiritual lesson are you going to feel confident to really go out and date. You'll always enter every new relationship waiting for the shoe to drop, looking for whatever happened. It's just part of our survival makeup that we do that. We can't help it. So we want to definitely heal. All right. I know that that was a lot. Anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box below, including the group coaching. Vidme, we are down to the wire. I think that we are, my page is already up. So within a week or so, like group coaching is open, $35 a month, but Vidme, you don't just get my coaching stuff, you get a whole platform. It's like Netflix, YouTube, Mind Valley, all combined into one. So there's hundreds of classes. You get my healing trauma um, done with oracle cards, and it's interactive. We do a lot of different healing modalities because to heal the effects of trauma means you have to change your core beliefs. You have to change that body mind connection. A lot of times there's detachment, disassociation. We got to learn how to get back into the present moment. There is some life coaching involved. It's very interactive. We tend to go through trauma by ourselves, right? I mean, it's a very personal experience. So to heal in a group is very therapeutic. You don't just get the love from me, but you get it from, everybody that's in the group. And I think that that's something that's amazing. Being someone that has gone through a lot of trauma, and I went and I used to tell people what was happening, and nobody liked it. And I didn't realize that no one liked it. I just couldn't understand why wasn't anyone getting involved? Why wasn't anyone saving me? Why wasn't people seeing what was going on? That's where I was when I was being abused by my mother, when that those situations were happening and I was telling everyone because I wanted them to help me. I wanted them to save me. I wanted them to make her stop. But it's again what winds up happening is people tend to like be like, oh, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to bother you. And that adds a whole other layer of trauma. So to heal in a group is so therapeutic because other people coming forward and saying, well, I had that experience and I had that experience. And they're able to share it in a safe space, not to wallow and the poor me, because it's not about that. It's about understanding spiritual disease. That when people don't like themselves, is they have habits and behaviorisms that reflect that. And the ancestral karma just gets passed down. So understanding why is so helpful. And again, doing something with that energy. Otherwise, we tend to be stuck and still seeing ourselves in this very fragmented, small space. And none of us are small because all of us have God inside of us. So all of us have, we're not here by mistake. We're here by God's design. We have the power for freedom expression. And so if we're blocked up, we're not never going to be able to create the life and the life experiences that we want. We'll continue to recreate the pain and the suffer, and it plays that as karmic theme. So you're not having a parent that maybe abuses you anymore, but now you have a husband that's abusing you, or you're having a boss that abuses you. So the same karmic theme of I'm being bullied, or I'm being ignored, or I'm being whatever it is understand that the universe may be bringing you certain people into your life to obviously make you stronger. It's always to make you stronger when they're difficult people, but it's also to create awareness about yourself. And all the time, it's not bad. Sometimes it's to show how really, truly strong and amazing that you are. So, like I said, I feel like group coaching, I wish that somebody had that you know, when I was growing up as a kid for cheap, you know, $35 a month. I mean, you also get my Transforming Trauma podcast, but you get the work, you get the group coaching, and you get to, form a community. Because a lot of times when people have gone through trauma, they keep reliving experiences where even friends betray them. It's not just it's not just people, and they don't understand why does that keep happening, and understand you're the alchemist of your life. So if that's something that's happening to you, you can change. You have to just understand what you're doing to, make that dynamic work. Once you change by incorporating new habits, new behaviorisms, well, guess what? It's a whole other reality that you get to live. All right. The word of the video is honor, honor. And we're going to pull another one, which is exquisiteness. Well, I feel like you're in separation from someone that really, really, truly does see your worth. And they're wishing that they would have honored you. They wish that they would have been. This person is all about loyalty too. But I feel like when they met you, they perceived you for someone that like I could do better. Like that was like the energy that there. Not that you're not cute, not that you didn't, but this person wouldn't grow an emotional bond to you. They deliberately didn't. Because again, what rules them is the logical analytical mind. I'm going to sum you up by again the car that you drive, by the clothes that you wear, by the things that you have. And again, where there's fear, there's a lot of fear around relationship, and this is a soul relationship. First of all, this knowledge and wisdom is ESP through the heart and mind. I don't know how I know that you're my person, but I know, but I'm not. I feel like this person wasn't healed, and they weren't healed because, like you said, they've had nothing but bad relationships. Understand they're the person that creates those bad relationships, mainly, I feel. Because again, they tend to only go into attachment relationships. So they come into the relationship like so many players do. And, they don't take responsibility for when things go wrong. Again, so and any blame, that is created is all going to go back on you. And the reason why is because you felt lonely. And I know that you felt lonely. So it would make you angry. And because it would make you angry, this person, as soon as they would feel any type of guilt or remorse, it triggered them to go into self-righteousness. And again, like because they see it as there's something wrong with me, you're making me feel that there's something wrong with me. And then also, that's what created a lot of doubt for this person in the relationship. So, like I said, they're used to attachment type of relationships, which are just kind of people on a lower vibration that they can do whatever they want to do. Here it is, it's like you expected something. You expected something. You're like, I feel lonely in this relationship. And that's it. If I'm in a relationship and I'm giving time to you, then I expect the same amount of time and effort given back. And you just didn't feel like this person was really invested, and they weren't because they're seeing who you are now and they're seeing again that they should have honored you. So again, they let a lot of time pass. It's not like I feel like there was a part of you that will always thought that this person would come back too. But it's again, it's like they're childish. I told you, they're childish. They acted like it wasn't serious. They acted like, and I feel like this person tends to be very flighty. They wanted, if you would allow them to be a friends with benefits, this person would have no problem. Because it's almost like I feel like it's not you, but their feelings come and go. And so they can't really tell what they feel. And so the chemistry, like they don't know if it's there all the time. And the reason why is because once you put any type of expectation onto this person, then it's again, they go right into defensive mode. So, and then what happens is it's like they realize that they have feelings because again, the flickering is yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And it's because this person's very in their mind looking for something to be wrong. It's like first, it's like you don't have drive the car that you should drive, or dress the way, or have, or present yourself in a way that I feel like is up to my level. And this person had a big ego. They might have had a big job, a good job, made a lot of money, but it was almost like they saw themselves as superior because when you said something, they got self-righteous. Like, and the blame went on to you when meanwhile, all you're doing is trying to have a conversation with this person. So they never really created strong roots. They were always fragile and their growth was just not, and you weren't going to stay in a place of hope watching it. And you're like, you just felt like, well, there's too many issues to deal with. And part of it is that I can't trust you. So it's like, and so what for? You're attracted to me as a soulmate, but I'm not good enough for you in the physical realm. Like, it's like I don't have a good enough job. Maybe I'm not wearing the right clothes. Maybe I don't hang out with the right people. It's again like everything was relying on outside things for this person to actually let you into their life, which makes no sense, which tells you everything about this person because that's why because it's not because of you, it's because this person is fragmented. They care a lot about what other people think. So if you're not having a good job, or your job is like mediocre, and then or you feel that it's mediocre, this person wants a big life. They want, they have a big ego. So, and they felt like they had options. And there's like also with you, you're a real person. You're someone that will speak your truth. You're not someone that minces your words. And this person doesn't like to change. They like things the way that they like them. It's like they're not used to people on a higher vibration. You get comfortable in your habits and in your behaviorisms, and that's the thing. This person is down deep inside, is it's like they're afraid of rejection, so they keep it on the surface level with sex because of their feelings of inadequacy, because they need inner child healing. So what happens is that they're really impulsive, and then they don't treat you right because, again, there's a sense that they're more superior, so they don't really ask for forgiveness and they project a lot of their inner child wounds. And then when you say something, they check out. So it's all about their self-image. Remember that. That's why this person did what they did. That's why they do what they do. They're not strong in themselves. Is this a past life karmic mate? Yes, it is. Now there's a sense of they see who you are. Now they're paranoid and now they're judging themselves. It's again because of the betrayal. But it brings them back to, like, again, that trauma. And that trauma winds up, instead of them healing it, what do? They stay in their old habits. It's like, and that's the issue. It's like this person doesn't want to change. What it is like they have feelings for you. They see who you are now, but when they were dealing with you originally, they dealt with you through the wound. And we've been getting that story a lot lately. Like that, when a person's wounded and they have baggage, they enter into another relationship and they project. And in order for the person to feel confident in a relationship, they overcompensate. That's the second chakra imbalance, where they act self-righteous, they act more superior, but really it's to compensate for their feelings of inadequacy. And that because it feels uncomfortable to feel inadequate, because it's like I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, and that what tells them that is the manifestation from staying in their old habits. Because when you stay in old habits that are sabotaging, you're not all of a sudden going to get a good result. So this person doesn't really let you come really in, and they're not really paying that much attention to their own life. Meaning, what do? Well, they are avoidant. They're avoidant, and this is why they like attachment style relationships, because it's like, well, that means that you get to fix everything. You get to be the mommy, you get to be the daddy, you get to be that person because this person doesn't want to heal their trauma. So, yes, there's a past life karmic connection. So, you have to say, well, even though this person is the way that they are, it's like everyone tends to be curious of, oh, well, what are they going to do? Well, right now, what we see is that they're not going to really do anything. Um, but will there be communication? There will be communication down the line. Unfortunately, I feel like that this person will still want you to conform. And then when you don't conform, they're going to be the victim and be sad. And that's the thing. This person, like, doesn't play fair. It's like win at all cost energy. It's like I don't want to give in to you. That's because they need healing. So it's like, yeah, I have feelings for you, but it would always be my way or the highway, and that makes it very stagnant for you. So, because again, to be in a relationship with somebody, it's about compromise. It's about learning to go with the flow of life through the fact that you're not in an attachment, codependent, karmic connection. It's that you're again able to go with the flow because you're whole within yourself. This person wants to stay in victim mentality. They want to stay drinking or drugging or doing whatever they want. They want to be Peter Pan. They want to stay in that and it's just easier. They can do what they want when they want, and then it's their way or the highway. It's a very toxic type of relationship. I mean, does this person have feelings for you? Well, there are subconscious fears affecting their abilities to attract love and abundance. And the universe is always helping them make them conscious, so that they can easily attract what they want, including each other. But it's again that there was, you're here. You're here. So it's like the universe saying, I'm helping this person, but they choose to not do it. And it's again, neither one of us is being honest right now. This is what this person feels like. So it's like, you're not being honest with me either because you want to be with me. But what this person doesn't realize is you can love somebody and still choose not to be with them because you love yourself more. And that's what this person, when they first met you, they again judged you wrong. But see, they judged you wrong by material things. And what they're learning is again that you're really someone that's true to yourself, that you're someone that you're going to be respected. You're going to be respected. And if you're not respected, you're not going to be in life. Like this person is like you're forcing them to respect, and it's very uncomfortable for this person. It's very uncomfortable for them. It's like that, like down deep inside, this person prays that you'll come back after everything that's happened, but they know that you won't forgive them and allow them another chance, to be honest with you. They know that. It's like because of the games. So, I mean, and I feel like for you, like unless you like made this person feel comfortable again, like you would have to feel like again, even when we're apart, I know that you have my back, that we're a union. You would need to feel that way. And you're just feeling like that you would be controlled by this person, that you would be controlled and that you don't like it, and that you would only leave this person anyway, because it's like the feeling of being controlled by people around you, like it pushes you to find your power again, and that's what would happen. And that's what happens with this person because they get into attachment style relationships. So they're not, they might have been in a relationship, just got out of a relationship, or if they weren't in a relationship, they were in a bad relationship a long time ago, they never healed it. And if you don't heal it, it's like you're still in that relationship. So again, where the person was very controlling, and it does push you to grow, but it's almost like this person's second chakra now is so imbalanced because someone tried to control them. Someone like took their identity, they feel, even though that's not true, that they're like, well, with you, I'm definitely gonna like want to control everything because there's a past life karmic connection. There's a lot of chemistry. There is like this energy of love, but this person doesn't love themselves, and that's the problem. As long as the person doesn't love themselves, you're not going to be able to get a healthy relationship. Does this person like you? Well, it's like I feel like they're obsessive because they can't stop thinking about you. So they're obsessive. And that is like devil energy. And it's because there's like they're not communicating. There's a part of this person that has a lot of spiritual blockages around love. Now they're afraid to contact you. It's like unless you make them feel comfortable, I don't really see them putting in a lot of effort. Do I see them reaching out? Yes, I saw them reaching out, but minimum. Like they'll reach out to like feel you out to see where you are. But if you don't make them comfortable, like this person doesn't want to expose their feelings, is what I'm getting. So, and and they know that they were in the wrong, and they know that you're something special, that nothing compares. Like exquisite energy is that it's like you're rare. And you're rare because I feel like you don't sleep around. You stood your truth to this person. This person normally gets what they want. And the fact that they're not getting what they want, and the fact that you're an unbothered, well, oh my God, they've never come into contact with energy like that before, is understand. You're like, you saw the writing on the wall though. And so if nothing less, this person will think about you forever. You'll be the one that got away, but it makes them do their healing eventually, because eventually they're going to want to meet somebody. Eventually they sober up. Eventually and the thing is, this person's life is not going to be in good standing. It's like because they're in this karmic thing. Their old habits, they're impulsive. There's addictions, there's sex, there's whatever they're gonna try to do to escape themselves. And when you were in a connection with them, they couldn't let you see all that. They weren't going to let you see that. They knew that you saw something in them that they didn't even see in themselves. And that's very loving and very therapeutic. And they always wanted to keep it in that space, is what I feel like. I mean, was it conscious? No. But psychically, yes, that's what I'm picking up. Almost like it's just easier because it'll never It'll never end. The relationship will always have this connection. They never expected you to, again, like stand your ground to the point that you're like, no, no, motherfucker, you're going to come back and you're going to apologize and you're going to again be a different person. Otherwise, you can, the door, get the F out of my life and the door is right there. You can exit stage left. It's like, Elvis left the building and this person knows, like it's mic drop, like you're like not, and that they have to come in either as like a man, a woman, whatever. They have to come in like exposing themselves. They have to come in as a person, exposing themselves, like their heart being true and saying, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is how I feel. This is how, and that's something that it's like it, person's like doesn't want to do because it's like vulnerable and that they're blocked up here. They don't like themselves, so you'll reject them if you really see that. They know that, so it's like I'm not going to do that. So you have to say, okay, so why would I attract this past life karmic mate into my life? Because that was crazy. You know, it's like, and spirit says, well, we have card number one, frustration. These are the inner child wound cards that we always need to look at, and we need to look at because it is our when we go through when we go through experiences in our childhood that were so traumatic, we don't remember a lot of it, like we suppress it. So our subconscious mind holds on to it. And so, it seems so devastating when we're a child, and sometimes it's not really even that devastating, but we're holding on to the emotion, the energetic, like frequency because the emotion holds that and that's what the body remembers, right? Again, the body holds on to the stress, to the tension. It's felt as stress. A spiritual blockage in the mind will feel like it's stress in the body. And it affects your body, it affects your health, it affects your endocrine system. You know that because of your chakras, your spiritual body. It's like it's interactive through the nervous system, through the endocrine system. That's why spiritual blocks create physical wounds. Being with a person like this, and staying connected to someone like this, you could easily get cancer because they're avoidant, they're an alcoholic, they're again, it has to be their way or no way. It's very rigid. You wouldn't be happy. You know that you wouldn't be happy because again, and every time that they, have an issue, there's abandonment. But understand for you in your childhood, you experienced like that life was already hard because you had absentee parent or an absentee parents where they didn't show up for you. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you were homeless and didn't have parents, but that they weren't there. That's the way that you saw it. And it affected the safety and the security of who you are. Again, how grounded you are, how present you are. And so that also affects your money, that affects your connection to other people, that affects your connection to God, because again, you're not grounded because there's no security. Our parents give us that. It's the support. That's why we learn about support. If we watch our parents struggle financially, then we begin to think that money's hard to obtain unless we learn differently, unless we break that generation ancestral karma, which we can do. But understand this was the inner child wounds, and spirit clearly brought you someone here that was never, again, my way of the highway. That's abandonment. It's all about them. They're very selfish. An alcoholic, very selfish. Drug addict, again, it's all about them. Not realizing that their actions affect other people, that and it's a disrespect to their creator to stay in that energy. Again, trauma that you went through your own trauma. We don't even need to pull any more cards. It's like you grew up with trauma and it could have been psychological, it could have been emotional, but here it is. It's like you didn't feel safe, like the security, so you weren't allowed to be vulnerable. Maybe you were taught not to be as transparent. So actually, when you are transparent and vulnerable, you would try. You again, you get people that again are not that nice, and it's like, why is that? I'm not allowed to be a person. Spirit says you can be. Don't expect different results from people. Your emotion is your emotion. You're allowed to have it. But again, people tend to, not want to know. Like I had said earlier, not that you're allowed to have your feelings. Some people are not going to like it, but you expecting people to be different or all of a sudden be different. Well, it's not about them. It's about you allowing yourself to go through the experience. I mean, and you have, because there's resilience here when you go through trauma. So it's like this person, like I don't mean to like go through the experience with this person, like to date them. What I mean is when you feel the feeling and the trigger of whatever the person does, allow yourself to feel it as the experience and work yourself through it, which it shows that you've done that. But it's almost like you didn't embody the new consciousness because this person, I feel like you got around them and you said, you know what, I know I wouldn't be happy with you. And I know I wouldn't be happy with you because of the way that the what everything that you showed me. But realize the person already knows that about themselves. They don't want to heal it. It would have been easier for them to, again, just have you be on a lower vibration because of their issues. So again, what is the law? The law says you must love yourself first because God says, I live inside of you as a gift of the Holy Spirit. You got to love yourself first. Otherwise, then you're not going to be able to attract really anything. You have to honor yourself first. You got to love yourself first. So yeah, you teach people how you want to be treated through how you're treating yourself, not by how nice you are to other people. If you're so nice to other people and you're so worried about that, and then people say, oh, you don't like yourself that much. And then I don't really want to be bothered with you because you don't really like yourself that much. People then have like weird perceptions of that where meanwhile you just like maybe I just wanted to be nice and be your friend. People don't respect it unless it's earned. They just don't respect it unless it's earned. And it has nothing to do with anything except for how people feel about themselves or what they were taught. So you have to say, okay, well, then I'm stuck with the negative energy. And Spirit says, no, you have to transmute the negative energy because this experience brought it all up. It brought it all up so that you could do something with it, so you can channel with it. So remember what I always say. I always say it, turn fear into fire. It's again because that emotion of, well, what the hell was that? What is that telling me, about me that this person came into my life and made me feel this way? And all these emotions, as Spirit says, it's again, they have spiritual issues and leave it at that. Now do something with the energy because this person's not going to be in your life. So again, there means that there's emptiness. There's room for something since this person's not going to be in your life. And that's the most important thing. And you don't have to really even do something. It could just be like meditate, get a stronger connection to spirit, to the higher self. It could be something as simple as that. But Spirit says anything would have been better than entertaining that. And that's what you know. And the Spirit says again, transformation, turn fear into strength. Didn't I just say that? Turn fear into fire. You step into your power. Like, again, going through this situation and actually choosing you creates profound change for you. Because you say, you know what? No, I love myself. I already see that. I learned that lesson. I don't need to, live that trauma again. Growing up in that psychological and emotional issue with alcoholism and you might have came from that and you're just like, oh no, 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 no. It's like, I'm not going to be my mom. I'm not going to be my dad. I'm not going to be whatever it is. It's like you're seeing it and know that you show fear strength. You don't need to raise your voice to be powerful. Like your actions with this person speak volumes. That's why they have mad respect for you. That's why they're like, I am going to reach out, but with the bare minimum because I'm a little terrified of you. Because you're like, oh no. this is where I'm going, and it's a nowhere there. It's like, oh no, I love myself. You mistaken me for someone that doesn't. Again, you're going on your soul's calling, like again, your soul's path. You're listening to your higher self. Yeah, again, and you're aligning your actions with your values, which obviously this person isn't in alignment with your with either, and that you're on a path. No, it's like it's the one that's most less traveled because you're creating it. And so it's an unfoldment process. So spirit says, yeah, like, that situation was really just to help you integrate all facets of yourself. You had fragmentation from childhood, from that trauma, but now you're listening to your soul, and you're doing your own thing. The path is unfolding as you're on it because it's a co-creation process. So have faith and understand that it's this person's lost. It's like you're going to be the one that got away. You're that one. It's like because they're not strong enough. They're not emotionally strong enough. The universe brought you to them to help them. And believe me, they'll be stewing in it for a long time because that never happened to them before, just for the record. They think that they're pretty smart. And the fact that you showed that you're smarter and that you're stronger than they are, well, obviously that makes them feel really insecure and not good enough for you. And we leave it off with one more message, which is peace. Have unwavering peace in the face of fear. Come to your senses and embrace challenge. Be determined to think with gentleness and calm and find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. And really, that's what you did when you got let go with this person. You're like, oh, you're not going to interrupt my peace. It's like, I know being with you would definitely disrupt my peace of mind, and I'm not having it just by the way that you handled this whole situation. Never mind about your addictions and your avoidance and all the other things that you do. Their habits and behaviorisms that are so self-sabotaging to yourself. Being with that person would actually, you'd inherit their karma. Because again, they're looking for someone to take care of them. They're like, I'm gonna check out. Life is too hard. Let me go do my thing. You can take care of it. And what kind of life is that for you? It's not. I'm going to leave that there. I love you guys. Be true to you. You know that. The kingdom of heaven's inside of you. Know that. Be true to you. When you do that, eventually the universe does bring you things that are in alignment with that energy and in its right time, in the divine time. So just be pouring into yourself in the meantime. Remember, people treat you the way that you tell them to, how you show them, not tell them. You got to show them. This is how I treat myself. And so if you're not going to hold to that standard, the highway is 2 blocks down. I'll see you guys later. Love you.